Yo guys, it's you look upset here, and what I'm wanting to do today is give you guys a quick, short and sweet Demonology PvE DPS guide for the Project Ascension Bronzebeard Classic Plus Warcraft Reborn server. What I'm going to do is try to give you guys the talents, the Mystic Enchants, a quick little breakdown of stat priority, and a quick little demonstration of the rotation so that we can get you guys a one-stop shop build to cranking dungeons, raids, Mythic Plus, whatever it is you like to do, we can get you in there, topping the meters. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm very new to private servers and Project Ascension, but I'm not new to WoW in general. I'm a 99 or 100 parsing Warlock in pretty much every iteration of WoW that I've ever played. My knowledge on Warlock is pretty extensive. That being said, let's get right into it. Let's start with the talents. This is your basic Demonology PvE cookie cutter talent build. All the way down to Metamorphosis. Sometimes I get asked why I have 3 points in Demonic Brutality. In old versions of WoW, this basically just buffs your Voidwalker and gives you a bigger shield. But in these talents, it also increases the attack power bonus of your Felguard's Demonic Frenzy by 3%. So this is very good because it buffs your Felguard, makes him crank even harder. Let's swap into the Mystic Enchants. So you're going to want to play with Demonic Recurrence and Nemesis and the Glyph of Metamorphosis. You can get your Metamorphosis cooldown down to 1.23 seconds, which is a huge damage window. This is a huge cooldown, and it's basically up every single minute. When you press this, you're kind of like God mode Warlock, and having this be available every minute basically is absolutely insane. Then you're going to want to run Inner Flame, Fire Attunement, and Firestorm. Now, Firestorm, I feel, is the only ME that's negotiable here. This build that I have right here, it cranks in both AoE and single target. It does very well in both. You'll pretty much top the charts in any dungeon. Heroic dungeon you do, Mythic Plus, with this build, you will be top damage. If it's just a single target raid boss, you can swap out Firestorm and you can go with Demonic Influence. This will give you more pure single target damage. While you're in Metamorphosis, your Felguard will be doing 20% increased damage. It's just a single raid boss, like a world boss, for example. You can swap out Firestorm or Demonic Influence and crank some more single target. You want to go with Glyph of Life Tap. What this does is every time you life tap, it's going to give you 20% of your spirit as spell power. Spell power is king. When I life tap here, I go from 519 spell power to 559. An extra 40 spell power for life tapping it makes the glyph very well worth it. Bane, you're going to want this because at 35%, you're going to be casting Soul Fires, reduces the cooldown of Soul Fire by 2 seconds, and also your Immolate. Glyph of Metamorphosis we already talked about, very strong. Ruin, obviously one of the strongest MEs in the game, or just talent points in the game. Huge crit damage. And Suppression, 3% hit. To be hit capped on the server, you need to be at 17%, which is a lot of hit to get. You will need this. It helps for raiding. And Glyph of Felguard. They actually just fixed this today. It's in the changelog. This glyph was previously broken, and you would have ran Quick Decay for more Molten Core procs, but now that it's working properly is better because your Felguard does crank. Now, the artifact, obviously if you're doing like Mythic Plus or raids, you'll probably use Burning Rush so that you can move faster through the dungeon with your squad. Demonic Leap is also very good for mobility. I'm sure on certain bosses later in the raids this will probably be BIS, but right now I'm just using Unending Resolve because when you're doing heroic dungeons, you will be pulling a lot of threat due to the damage that you're doing. this helps me survive that. Now let's get into the stat priority. So spell power is king. Spell power is your number 1 stat. Stack it. Surprisingly enough, spirit is going to be your number 2. With your fel armor and your life tap, get about 50% spell power through spirit. So basically, for every 10 spirit you have, you'll get 6 spell power. Spell power and spirit are very good. And then obviously, first and foremost, you want to get your hit rating to 17%. I mean, I have hit in almost every single piece of gear that I have on right now, and I'm still only at 15.75%. With the Drain Eye in the group, I would be at 16, and with an Ellie in the group, I would be just over caps. You want to get to 17%, but with the Ellie Totem and a Drain Eye, you can get an extra 4% through there. I feel like haste is king. Tried both. I've tried the crit stone and the spell stone, and I feel like the haste is, you absolutely slap with that much haste. Like your incinerates and your soul fires are just cranking. That much haste affects your immolate ticks and your corruption ticks so that you can get more molten core procs. Now we'll jump into the rotation. Now this is your basic AoE rotation here. What you're going to want to do is, for the pull, you're going to life tap so that you can get that extra spell power. And then you're going to pop your Metamorphosis like this. You're going to Shadow Flame. After the Shadow Flame, you Firestorm. And then you're seeding. And as you can see, this is absolutely insane damage. I don't think there's any other class in the game that can do this much damage. It's absolutely insane. I do have this Metamorphosis Macro. You can look at it here. I will post it in the description as well, but it's basically a one-stop shop for just popping all your CDs. Saves a lot of keybinds. You can press this macro. It's going to pop all your cooldowns, your racial, your trinket, Immolation Aura, demonic empowerment. It's going to pop everything for you, and then you can follow up with the rotation. Like I said, that's your AoE rotation. For single target rotation, same thing. You're going to life tap pre-pull, and then you're going to put up a curse. So Curse of Elements is your single biggest DPS increase that you can press. It's 13% damage increase. If there's no other Warlock in the raid, you're going to want a Curse of Elements. If there is another Warlock in the raid already doing Curse of Elements, then you can Curse of Doom on a raid boss. So what you're going to do is you're going to life tap. You're going to curse as you're running in. You're going to pop Metamorphosis, Shadow Flame, Immolate, Corruption, and then you're spamming Incinerates. And you're just, this is the entire rotation. You're keeping up Immolate, Corruption. You're hoping for Molten Core procs here. If there's more than one target, like let's say there's, the boss has ads, you're going to want to throw Corruptions and Immolates on the other targets so that you have a higher chance to proc Molten Cores. There's a Molten Core right there. When you get these Molten Core procs, your Incinerates and your Soulfires are pumping. And once the boss gets 35%, the only thing that's going to change in the rotation is instead of Incinerate, you're going to be getting Soulfire. When the boss is 35%, you get this buff right here, Decimation. It reduces the cast time of your Soulfire, and your Soulfire no longer costs Soul Shards. And then when you get the Molten Core, it increases the damage and the critical strike chance of your Soulfire. So under 35%, you're casting Soulfires, and your Soulfires are absolutely slapping. I'm talking, I've had 11k Soulfires in a dungeon, fully raid buffed, fully boss debuffed. You're probably looking at 15 to 18k Soulfires. This will get you guys in the dungeons, topping the meters, cranking. I think I covered everything here. I'll be making an affliction video soon as well. I have a nice single target DPS affliction, which will probably end up being the highest single target DPS in the game. Hopefully making another video for that soon. So thank you guys for watching, and feel free to come by my stream and say what's up anytime, and catch you guys later. Peace.